So I never hear say Attorney General want release Nnamdi Kanu. I never hear that one. Eh? Child, una dey form my hand. And because you never subscribe, now why you know they get daily updates? You say they follow. You say they follow this channel. And this Nnamdi Kanu news, you don't know what they go on now. Come on and see for now.
Finally, wetin we don dey anticipate on this channel for a while, for a very, very long time, has come to fruition and it don't begin happen. Wetin dey sup? Well, the AGF, the current AGF of the Federation, in the person of Lateef Fagbemi, he don't comment as giving a special announcement on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. And in this video, we're going to categorically explain her because of the powers wey dey within. This man has given us one of the biggest news of the week. If you pay attention closely from wetin this man talk, you go pick a lot of good news inside them, and you go pick one or two information where if you carry go house today, celebrate with your family and friends. So wetin dey happen? How e dey be? Well, let's start the video by analyzing situation. Yes, showing right now on your screen, this is a picture of the current AGF of the Federation. As you can see, his name is Lateef Fagbemi, clearly written. Okay, this man is very, very powerful. He's as powerful as Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes. So for a fact, if Nnamdi Kanu be granted a possible pardon, there are two persons that must be involved in that pardon deal or political settlement, as the case may be, before anything will go even take shape. The two persons wey go dey involved in the political settlement is the very first person, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the second person, Lateef Fagbemi, and of course we have the individual in question, Nnamdi Kanu. These three persons must be involved in a political settlement, pass these three persons. So that is to say, for Nnamdi Kanu to receive a political settlement, the president of the Federation will be present and sign and give his consent. And the SAN, that is the Lateef Fagbemi SAN, who happens to be the general of the Federation, must be physically present and give his own stamps and signatures. As you can see, this man is very, very powerful. And for him to come outside right about now to tell us what did happen, you must pay attention to every single thing I want to show you in this video. So what did this man say, Lateef Fagbemi, say? Well, let's start. He made three big comments. Let's start with the first. This is the very first comment he made, and feel free to fact check us. What did he say? He says he does not personally know Nnamdi Kanu.
Hold on. This part they confuse many people. When you say I don't know you personally, don't just jump to conclusion. For law, for politics, that statement they remove emotion. Meaning say any step will come further or later go be official, not personal. That one important.
He say he doesn't know Nnamdi Kanu in any way, shape or form. What did that particular statement even mean? For this man to say, see I don't know your client or the person that they support to. I don't know him. The only person I know is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is it. What does that even mean for Nnamdi Kanu's freedom and the possibility of leaving Sokoto? Let's break it down because, like I said, we are going to critically analyze them. That particular statement means four things which you don't line up, and we will break them down one by one. The very first thing with this comment mean that he does not know Nnamdi Kanu personally. He never met Nnamdi Kanu personally before in the past. It means the current AGF wants to be a neutral person. He wants to add neutrality in the conversations that will happen in the future. As like for which we don't see from his statement so far, something big is coming the way of Nnamdi Kanu, and we'll pay attention and see what's inside. The second thing that statement means is he's there only to take instructions from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I seen day here like this. The only instructions he said, I don't know this man. I've not met him physically. I don't know him. The only person wey me I know and listen to is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Invariably, wetin dey talk be say, if Tinubu call and say, bros, let's look at a possibility for a political settlement of this man, Lateef Fagbemi has no other choice but to listen to the president and work according to wetin the president dey talk to grant this man a political settlement. Na wetin this whole thing mean. Okay, that is, take instructions. The third one is accountability. He is saying that he doesn't know Nnamdi Kanu simply means that he go take instructions from the president, though, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But then, anything that happens afterwards, he shouldn't be held accountable from anything that happens in releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Hope you guys are following, but I'm paying attention. The fourth thing with that statement mean a political process. He wants the political process of the release of Nnamdi Kanu to be political in nature and not bring it into a court of law. So there's a big difference between what happens in a law court and what will happen in a political settlement. You cannot mix the two together. They have to stand alone, as the case may be. So this man saying he does not know Nnamdi Kanu means so many things, which we've explained to you right about here. Okay? What else did this man say that we all need to pay attention to as it stands? The second thing he said is that he insists that Kanu's fate must be determined by the courts. Yes, Fagbemi has repeatedly emphasized that since the case is already before a competent court, only the judiciary, not the executive or his office, can decide the outcome of Nnamdi Kanu's related charges. He said it should be left to the law to take its course. Once you pay attention to wetin he talk for you, one would think that a political settlement is not on the table. You are getting it very, very wrong. Wetin they talk here, in essence, means four things. It hints you, say, there's a possibility of political settlement, though. But that anything political settlement will come into play after the court process has been done. Meaning, say, a court of law will not be actively handling this man's case, and you guys will ask, or Tinubu will ask him for a political settlement. He's saying no to that. It cannot happen. Nnamdi Kanu will be done with his court case fully before Tinubu can initiate a political settlement for him. A political settlement cannot come if this man's case is still existing in the court of law. Are you guys paying attention? Now, what will it be on the very first one? Hint on settlement. Second one, a due process. He don't hint us say he's going to follow all the due process in the land. Now, one thing I like about this man, to be honest, I like this man for a particular reason. He follows. It was like this man be the AGF when Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya. He will not allow it. He will never allow it. This man follows the rules of the land 100%. 100%. And that is why he don't allow all the courts in Nigeria to have jurisdiction. Have jurisdiction and interpret the laws of the land in your courts. I would see if this man don't do overtime. He will never allow illegal rendition if he was the AGF when Nnamdi Kanu was brought into the court of law. So he follows due process 100%. And everything will happen, that is the third one, is in the hands of Bola Tinubu after legal or judicial process are done or completed. And like I said, this man is a very, very different person. I like him for that particular reason. For the reason why we say him, they very neutral. They follow the laws of the land as it be. And they stand by truth and stand by the regulations of the land. What else did he say? Let's get to the third comment. What did he talk? Office of the AGF role in case, okay? Let's see what the office of the AGF could do. He explained that the federal government will not intervene or free Kanu outside, pay attention, outside legal processes. Differentiating it from other cases where charges were discontinued and the whole thing went on and on. So the federal government will not intervene or free Nnamdi Kanu outside legal process. If Nnamdi Kanu's case is still in the court of law, don't misunderstand this particular statement of outside legal processes. Some of you will be like, hey, a political settlement will never happen. No, it will happen only if Nnamdi Kanu does not have any conversation in the court of law. Are you guys paying attention? Because if he has a case in the court of law, Tinubu cannot order any court in Nigeria to halt their proceedings. Even the AGF doesn't have the constitutional right to call on any court in Nigeria to halt their processes. Are you guys paying attention? Are you guys following? I beg, if you dey follow, make I know. Like this video, massive numbers of people will follow. What else do we have to pay attention to and know? Well, opening for judicial review. The statement signals a hands-off approach from the AGF, creating space for appeals, application for bail or relocation, review of rendition. Courts could be more receptive because the executive is publicly distancing himself from interfering. The executive is publicly distancing itself from interfering. And like I said, it all depends on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if his case is still publicly available in the courts of law. So this man don't give us every single tool we need know. He don't tell you his stance. In use style, tell us the stance of Bola Tinubu and his office. He don't tell you how everything will move on going forward. And if you pay attention, I don't break him down for you. He's going to receive orders. You obey orders coming from Tinubu. He's the AGF. I be AGF. Tinubu is the president, the number one citizen of the country. He go receive orders and obey them. At the same time, he himself go advise as the AGF. But those things cannot happen if Nnamdi Kanu is still going to a court of law. Make I just use a better way to describe him. Let me create a new blank sheet for you now. So let's describe it right about now on your screen. So let's say this is a political settlement. This circle is a political settlement. And this particular circle, court process of Nnamdi Kanu. These two cannot work hand in hand for waiting. And let's draw a circle and call it the AGF or Tinubu. The AGF or Tinubu have to pick one of these two, which they don't have the right to pick judicial process. All they can do is to pick political settlement. Like I said, these two cannot coexist at the same time. Political settlement and court case cannot coexist. One needs to be available and one could be inactive. Are you guys paying attention? So this man don't tell us every single thing we would only talk on for this channel for a long time. And we say thank you, Mr. Latif, for breaking down everything and also lending a voice on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's one thing for you to be an AGF and be quiet. I want you for you to speak on this man's case. This is good. And like I said, if you pay attention closely, you don't see where this whole conversation is headed to. If you ask me, it's headed to an appeal. It's headed to a political settlement. But that will be done after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is done appealing his case. Are you guys following? So this guy cannot give orders in any way, shape, or form. So the matter just be as it stands. So like I said, if you tell I talk, you understand them. Like the video. Make I see your the numbers of people who understand this video from the total views where they make I see.